Would you have believed 10 years ago that fact-checking could grow into a significant part of journalism? Or that there would be organizations whose job will be solely to report fake news? Probably not. Today, false information in the forms of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation has become a global risk. The latest report by the World Economic Forum says that disruptive capabilities of manipulated information are rapidly accelerating as open access to increasingly sophisticated technologies proliferates and trust in information and institutions deteriorates. This fake content has the potential to manipulate individuals, damage economies, and fracture societies in numerous ways. However, one of the grave consequences of this false information is gender disinformation that solely targets women and other gender minorities. Over the years, online spaces have evolved into places of relentless attacks and harassment for these same groups. Gender disinformation comes in different forms, such as harmful social media posts and graphics, sexual fabrications, and other forms of conspiracy theories and attacks. Journalist Rana Ayub is one such survivor of this gender-based disinformation. In 2022, she filed a case against fake news spread about her. 27,000 tweets and Facebook posts were generated against her in just 2 days. In her complaint, Ayub stated that the accused had used a Photoshop tweet in the background that said, "I hate India and I hate Indians." This fake news has led to a barrage of hate against me. My timeline has been inundated with rape and death threats. I and my family are in imminent danger. This is how gendered narratives are used against women to obtain a certain objective. In this case, the objective was to portray her as an anti-national and silence her voice. This way, disinformation affects all the aspects associated with a woman, including her public status, and defames her character. But why does this happen? In this digital era, we consume a lot of information on the internet through different platforms, be it X, Instagram, WhatsApp, or YouTube. India is a strong mobile-focused market with 72% accessing news through smartphones. We don't just consume but also share or forward this information as stories or on private messages. A recent study conducted by the Oxford University Press has found that as many as 54% of Indians turn to social media when looking for factual information. The study has shown that despite the questions about its credibility and concerns around disinformation, social media users get most of their information from platforms like X, Instagram, and Facebook. But while reading or sharing this information, do we pause for a moment to stop and check if it is correct? And whether it is from a reliable source or if it can be trusted? In this scenario, with the amount of gender-based disinformation being spread and shared, the significance of fact-checkers cannot be ignored. And that is exactly what we will be dealing with in this video. What is the importance of fact-checking when it comes to gender-based disinformation, and how can we fact-check a piece of information online? Let's find out. So what is fact-checking? It simply means checking the facts of news, reports, or any information to see whether it is correct or not. It is to provide accurate, unbiased analysis of statements made in public to correct public misperceptions and increase knowledge of important issues. As simple as that. But how do we fact-check? When you receive a post, ask yourself, what is the source of this information? Does it cite evidence? Is the author identifiable? Is the available information seen anywhere else? Remember, if you're not sure, don't share. These are only a few steps that you can use to spot fake news or disinformation. There are also several outlets like Alt News, Boom Live, AFP Fact Check, Factly, PIB Fact Check that put out regular updates and bust fake news. Gender disinformation is rooted deeply in blatant sexism and misogyny. It aims to manipulate the public into developing falsely informed understandings of women to portray them as untrustworthy or incapable. Srishti Jaswal, an award-winning independent journalist and a survivor of online violence, talked about how women are specifically targeted online and how she had to delete all her photos and log out of her social media so that her content won't be misused. I'm a woman and I've seen this quite a lot in my career. And that for the same story, a man will not be trolled, but I will be trolled, she said. As disinformation is rooted deeply in patriarchy and is at an all-time high, it is crucial that we take the necessary steps to eradicate it. This is exactly why we must be equipped with media and information literacy. It is the first line of defense against disinformation. It strives to empower people to engage in an inquiry process and critically think about the media and the content that they receive. It empowers them to critically assess and question the information that they come across regarding gender, stereotypes, violence, and other concepts ingrained in social structures. This is why organizations like FactShala, which is India's largest news and information literacy program, are working towards empowering students to foster critical thinking skills and institutionalize the media literacy initiative in India. FactShala is committed to empowering individuals and communities in building resilience against misinformation. Here is a tip sheet to help you better your fact-checking skills. Especially today, when people are exposed to the internet from a younger age, it is only essential that they are media literate. We need to build an internet society that is safe for everyone, regardless of their gender and identity. Let's all educate each other and stay disinformation free. Comment down below how you deal with gender-based disinformation. Thank you for watching this video. This is the last video from our video series on gender-based disinformation. The video series is developed under FactShala Innovation Lab, a media literacy incubation program by FactShala. We have already covered topics that explain the whats, whys, and hows of gender-based disinformation and how we can combat it. Please watch the previous videos to know more. Like and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.